Since Apex Legends launched in 2019, the Respawn team has added a ton to the game. New legends, maps, abilities, lore, you name it. With so much to dig into, here are 9 things you might not know about Apex Legends. Octane, the high-energy, death-defying stuntman, was first added back in Season 1 of Apex, but you might not know that his origins actually lie in the Titanfall 2 speedrunning community. If you played Titanfall 2, you might remember its Gauntlet, a replayable tutorial area with a tantalizing leaderboard that just begged you to try it over and over again. Cash Mayo rose to the challenge, completing the gauntlet in 12 seconds flat by using frag grenades to give themselves a speed boost. The team at Respawn were clearly impressed and incorporated this into Octane's stuntman backstory. He set the course record on the gauntlet by using a grenade to propel himself across the finish line, resulting in him losing both legs. And if you're wondering if Cash Mayo's 12-second gauntlet record still stands, it doesn't. Cash Mayo has now managed to complete the feat in a little over 10 seconds. If there's one thing I know about Mirage, it's that he loves pork chops.
Yeah, it's a good day to take out some fools and be back in time for dinner. Got pork chops tonight. Love pork chops.
So much so, in fact, that his recipe is included on one of the game's loading screens. Andrew Rea, more commonly known for his YouTube series Binging with Babish, made Mirage's pork chops exactly how the recipe calls for, adding 15 grams of ground cloves and an additional 15 grams of ground cinnamon.
And as predicted, this is unpalatable. And I'm not saying that to be a snob, it tastes like I just poured the bottle of ground cloves into my eyes and mouth.
Turns out that Manny Hagopian, the writer responsible for Mirage's recipe, made a slight error when converting it to the metric system. Manny came up with a revised recipe, which Babish made and gave his seal of approval to. Mirage isn't the only legend with a go-to recipe. Lifeline's cookies and Mad Maggie's Warrior Feast are also both supposed to be delicious. Back in 2020, Respawn ran the Grand Soiree arcade event, and one of the limited time modes let you play the game in third person. While the mode was short-lived, you can still play in the third person in the game, but only in the firing range, just by following some simple steps. The elephant in the room with Apex is that it's made by the Titanfall team. It's set in the same universe as Titanfall, some characters and loadouts are even from Titanfall, so how come there are no Titans in the game? Well, the Apex team has tried to add them multiple times internally, but the Titans cause balance issues that the team hasn't found the right solution to, like how do you make a battle royale map suitable for the giant titans? How do you account for the titans' vast health pool? While the team has gone on record to say never with regard to adding them to the game, they're not on the roadmap right now. So Titans may not have made it to Apex, but plenty of characters from the Titanfall games have. Honestly, I could make a whole video about these connections, but here are some key ones you might have missed. Valkyrie, for example, is the daughter of Viper. You may remember him as being the pilot of the Jerk Titan that ripped off BT's arm in Titanfall 2. Valkyrie, real name Kairi Imahara, even had fellow legend Rampart use the flight core from her dad's Titan to make the jetpack she uses for the Apex games. Mirage is the nephew of Droz, who helped Cooper and BT hijack the IMS Malta and provided covering fire when Cooper went head-to-head with Viper. 3 legends were previously Titan pilots, Wraith, Ash and Newcastle. While technically Valkyrie has piloted a Titan before, she didn't complete her training to become a fully fledged pilot. Octane owns a Titan, but he isn't a pilot. He just keeps one covered in graffiti in his massive house. Wraith wasn't in Titanfall 1 and 2, but she's got a cool link to the Titanfall games nonetheless. She's from an alternate dimension where the bad guys from Titanfall 2 actually won. This ties into her in-game abilities to be able to hear warning voices, which are her from other dimensions, and of course her ability to use a dimensional rift to get out of trouble. While there are obviously many Titanfall Easter eggs to enjoy in Apex Legends, references to other games are hidden throughout. For example, Watson's strange attractor skin is clearly a reference to Samus from Metroid, even down to the teal braces mimicking Samus's arm cannon. Crypto's Devil's Advocate skin is a Devil May Cry reference, with the red coat and black shirt looking a hell of a lot like Dante's usual getup. Pathfinder has a banner pose called For the Birds, where he gets attacked by a raven, clearly an ode to Overwatch's Bastion, who has a bird friend named Ganymede. It even translates to weapons. The Mastiff has a legendary skin called Warp Zone. The name itself is a reference to shortcuts from Super Mario Bros., but the skin is teeming with references to video games, from NES buttons and cartridge slot to a USB connector, and even a little screen. Now, while this character looks like a little Mega Man, it was actually confirmed by Apex senior producer Josh Medina to be Pixel Jack Cooper from Titan Toons, a Titanfall cartoon series made by Respawn animator Moi Para. Back at the 2019 Game Awards, Mirage appeared in a video call with host Jeff Keighley to announce that year's winter event, Mirage's Hollow Day Bash.
Tell me, did they already win for best all-around competitor in a battle royale based on skills but mostly good looks?
That is such a specific award, and as I told you on Twitter, does not exist.
While it may have looked like it was pre-recorded and made specifically for the show, it was actually done live. Mirage's actor, Roger Craig Smith, was decked in a performance capture outfit and was speaking to Jeff, who was on stage at the Microsoft Theatre across the street. The stunt was a collaboration between Respawn and a creative technology studio called The Mill, where they utilised real-time rendered shooting tech to shoot and animate the skit. Here's a weird one that you might not know. Many of the legends may look spry and energetic, but several of them are actually over 100 years old. Horizon, for example, is 37, but she was trapped in a black hole for a few decades, making her roughly 125 years old. Ash is 121, and also spent a few years with her head shattered in another dimension, but that's a story for a different video. And Revenant is an astonishing 313. The youngest legend is Rampart, she's only 21. Okay, this one's cheating because it's a Titanfall Easter egg, but an Apex dev helped bring it to light, so I'm counting it here. A Titanfall 2 Easter egg went unnoticed for over 5 years until Respawn's narrative historian David Bartle dropped a couple of hints on his Twitter account as to its location. Turns out in Titanfall 2's infamous time-travelling effect and cause mission, if you time-swapped 88 times outside a certain door, the room changes into a weird one, where a dead soldier's body lies on the floor while another is doing the splits between two kitchen countertops. Definitely a weird one, but one that remained hidden for an awfully long time. It was the creation of Respawn senior designer Jake Keating. So there you have it, 9 things you may not know about Apex Legends. For more on the game, make sure you check out Jordan's weekly column Hot Drop over on GameSpot.com, or subscribe to the channel for more features like this one. If you've got any Apex tidbits, drop them in the comments below, or come find me on Twitter. I'm at LucyJamesGames. Catch you next time.